Oh, yeah, well, let's go. Hey!
Yo.
What is this? What the hell is this? Were we voguing or something?
I'm going to edit in the sound effects later. Yeah.
Anyway.
I can do this. Punch Matteo. Ready, Matteo?
What are we doing right now?
Look out.
Welcome, everyone, to Gunpla Talk. Episode whatever. I've lost track at this point. Yeah. What's going on? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the hell you are in the world. Welcome to the show. I'm just one of your co-hosts, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecca, and I'm glad to see your smiling faces this morning. I am joined, as always, by a cavalcade of amazing people.
Full house today.
And Justin. He's with us.
And Justin.
Yeah. Come on, man. I had to give you some crap. Anyway, so hey, we have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Matteo Nobili from Italy. He's the GBWC winner from 2019. Zack and I had the absolute pleasure of meeting him and hanging out with him at GBWC Worlds this past December, and we're going to talk to him in just a few seconds. But first, we're going to go around, meet everybody, see what everybody's kind of working on. You know the drill. And then we're going to get into the news, and then we're going to start to talk to Matteo and get to know him, talk about his amazing GBWC entry and his other works and stuff like that. So without any further ado, let's start meeting people. Josh? Look at that clean-shaven face of yours. So fresh, so clean.
It's actually like horrible sandpaper. I'm sure all of your partners know this, that when you freshly clipped, like it's just with a little clipper, it's like horrible sandpaper, and it just burns the girl's face off. So, yeah.
Really?
They just got to get used to it.
Looks like
they just got to
me and Justin are the only man here.
Hey, man, look. Hey, I keep it short. Come on now.
Yeah, me too. I just shaved.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
2 days ago.
Man, just picturing you with a beard, Zack. Damn, that'd be cool.
Well, I can picture my dad. My dad always has a beard, but not me.
Oh man, I'd love to see that.
Maybe like when I'm 50, my beard will come in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man.
What I love about Justin's beard is that when we're live like this and it's like dark in the background, you just see like the top of his head floating there.
Yeah, right.
And he's wearing a dark shirt.
I'm gonna start wearing light shirts.
He's like a floating head of skull there. I like that.
Beard monster.
Yeah.
So what are you working on, Joshy?
What have I been working on? I got myself the Master Grade Barbatos, this is basically on Zack's recommendation. I don't love the design, but I'm all about the build, and the build was great. Zack, you weren't lying. It's fantastic. One of the most detailed inner frames ever. Really fun, super sturdy, and the amount of details on the armor is you can't tell from the photos. It's off the chain. It's really nice. Yeah, so that's been really fun putting that together.
Yes.
And then
No, I was gonna say, so everyone, or there wasn't that many people. For the few people who comment on my video saying like, "Oh, you're just hyping it up to sell more of the kit," it really is that good.
Yeah, and man, you made me buy it. Damn it, you getting all that kickback from Bandai, Zack? Jeez, yeah.
I wish.
So that's been really fun to put together. And then something else I haven't bought, but I've been playing with, is they came out with a new Transformer, and this is the Jeep guy Hound. Once again, magic. He transforms from this little Jeepy thing here, and the engineering is just crazy how they do it. So I feel like a little kid when I'm playing with this thing. So
it's just a figure, right?
It's a transformable figure. So he transforms into the Jeep. But yeah, it's a figure toy, not a kit. Yeah.
Is that one of the masterpiece lines?
One of the masterpieces, yeah. And man, they just keep getting better and better every year. It's really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I highly recommend that too. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
We lost Matteo. He'll be back.
Do we want him back?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he is our
guest. This is for him.
There he is.
There he is. Go.
All right. So thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Let's go over to our long lost friend, Mr. Justin.
What's up?
Justin. Where have you been?
What am I?
Doing work and family stuff, and
Justin's doing Justin things.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, introduce yourself, son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're on a show here. Come on, let's go.
Justinius builds everywhere on the internet. I build robots with these guys.
What are you working on now?
There you go.
I just finished my GM not that long ago. You can find that on Instagram. But right now I'm practicing glazing with a paintbrush. So all these little transitions and stuff.
Zach, what the hell are you doing?
Looking at Justin.
Yeah. Damn. So that's all like layer and layer and kind of mixing the shades together to get the gradient.
Yeah.
That seems really easy, I'm guessing.
It's not as hard as you would think it would be.
Okay.
But with yellow, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Oh, yellow.
Yeller.
Yellow.
Yellow's just the worst to paint.
It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Bad. So is that it? That's all you're working on?
Yeah, pretty much. I got other stuff that like I need to work on. I just haven't found the time to do it.
Yeah. Okay. It's all right, boo-boo.
Sorry.
That.
At least you're here.
I'm trying.
I appreciate it.
It's early.
It is early for us, isn't it?
Mm.
Anyway. All right. Thank you, Jay. Let's go over to Zach. Zach, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're working on.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm doing a pretty good job of getting some more work in progress videos done these days, so people should have a pretty good idea about what I'm working on. But as you may know, I'm in the final stages of my G40. I just need to finish up putting some more decals on him. So that's in the works, and I have a work in progress video for that will come out in the next couple days. Last one for that, and then
Would that technically be called a G30?
Well, we're in my Discord. We're calling it the G43.
Ooh, okay, I like that better.
Yeah, and then the couple of Nachin tanks that I'm working on, I've got two like the main modifications for two of them done now, and there's a third one that I'm going to be working on next too. But like, here's the Gelgoog one with the. There's no LED in it yet in the eye. There's no LED in the eye yet, but the light from my computer screen is lighting that up pretty well. The mono eye piece I put in there. So I'm planning on putting an LED in there as well. And there's a backpack that's like all scratch built, but it's not attached or anything like that. So it's meant to be a Regelgoo. So I was trying to build the like Cape Bash scratch build a Regelgoo tiny version backpack for that too. So yeah, I'm working on that stuff, and also my on the Master Grade Gyaradoga. I'm just ready to do like the final steps of that, detail work on that. That's almost done, and the Barbatos as well. So hopefully we'll finish those. I won't finish the Nachin tanks, but I'll finish the G40, the Gyaradoga, and the Barbatos. Hopefully, maybe this week before going to Chile. But I'm going to Chile on Thursday, so it's only like 3 days actually. So
word. How long of a flight is that for you?
What's that?
How long of a flight is that for you?
It's pretty long. It's like 12 hours to Dallas from here, and well, from my house or from my town to Incheon, Seoul, the Seoul airport here is like 3.5 or 4 hours train ride first, then a 12-hour flight to Dallas, and then like a 4-hour layover there at Dallas, and then it's like I think 9-hour flight from Dallas to Santiago, Chile. So
you're almost at 24 hours there.
Yeah, it's gonna be more than 24 hours total. I'm sure it's pretty rough. So that's why when they first invited me and I was talking to my wife about it and stuff, we checked some flights, and actually the flights were not that expensive. There was some that were not that bad. So we were thinking about all just going together because it's a good chance, like just to take my family too. Just because when we were gonna have a chance to go to Chile again, but when we found out like how long like actually like the travel time is, my wife was like, "No way, I'm not going." So maybe later. Next year was when we're planning on moving to Florida. So going there from Florida will be much easier. So
yeah, oh yeah.
Later.
Well, I mean, even with even without the kids, I mean, with the kids would have been nuts, but even without the kids, that's a hard trek, man.
Yes, indeed. So it'll be tough.
Good luck with that.
I'll be gone 6 days. It's 3 days in country and 3 days traveling.
Oh,
so.
Gosh.
But I'm looking forward to it though. It's going to be awesome.
That's good. What are you going down there for again? Just to remind everybody.
The Quinta Hobby event is the name of that. There in Viña del Mar. It's near Santiago, Chile, near the capital.
Nice.
So it's just a big hobby event there. Not only Gunpla, but other hobby stuff too. And they've got the couple other. I like the couple of other guests are like really like amazing, like painters of like scale models and stuff like that. One of them does work, I think, if I remember correctly, for Vallejo.
Okay.
He's from Brazil, and then another model or two. I feel like I don't really deserve to be there with them, but
we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Yeah. They're kind of in a little bit different level than me, but it's okay. I'm gonna go there and I'll be one of the judges for the Gunpla, and then I'm doing just kind of a Q&A and just like discussion too. I'll be talking about like aesthetics and colors and things like that. So that's kind
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Really
I'm jealous of you too going to UAE. I hope I can go.
Oh man, yeah, I'll talk about that here in a few seconds. But first, hey, let's meet our special guest, shall we? So
yeah,
with no further ado, Mr. Matteo Nobili. Matteo, introduce yourself to everybody and tell us what you're working on, brother.
Hey, hi. For those who doesn't know me, I'm Italian from Rome. I'm the 2019 GBWC winner in Italy. And actually, I'm a wide range modeler. So as my entry clearly shows, because mainly I'm a military modeler. So tanks, airplanes are my best, my preferred models. Even if Gunpla is always present on my stash, because I started doing Gunpla in 1992, maybe. My first Gunpla was, maybe you remember, the double Z Sentinel version, the one with the big gun on the shoulder, but the super old kit. Maybe 4 pieces of plastics, crap plastics, okay. But since then, I started. I never stopped playing with Gunpla, building Gunplas. I started participating in competition in sci-fi categories a couple of years ago, and I'd say my mark compared with my friends, which are much more experienced Gunpla builders, I put my military modeling experience into Gunpla, and that's what I like of this kind of modelism, because of course I'm a big fan of the UC Universal Century series, only the first series of Gundam anime. So the first series, the MS-08 team, Gundam Thunderbolt, 0083, 0080. So all UC related series. Which is the main fascinating aspect for me, is the appearance of a military vehicles of the mechas. So I don't like the samurai versions, the playing card game robots with unreal weapons or something like that. And that's why I choose to participate to the GBWC with the tank, which is probably the most strange choice for a mecha competition or a Gundam competition. I received many questions and many criticism from other modelers, they say, "Yeah, you're participating to a GBWC Gundam competition without a Gundam model." But my models are from the Gundam series. A guy from Korea wrote to me, "How the hell could you win a GBWC, a Gundam contest without with only the arm of a Gundam?" And I replied, also the tank is from the Gundam series and from Bandai. And okay. So, well, that's my choice. Also, for the next year, I'll choose to participate with a diorama made with UC art graph models. There will be a core fighter and many other, some other models. And that's it. I mainly like to modify. I'm not so skilled to modify models by myself. I use a lot of dress kit, racing dress kit. Of course, it's not allowed in the GBWC, but my models are always modified in this way. For example, I have here a GP02 that I'm building in these days. I used a racing dress kit to increase the details, as you can see. I don't know. Let me check.
Yeah.
Well, of course, this is the super old master grade models, which is a kind of a childish model, looking with the eyes, with the compared with the today's models. But of course, it's the only choice if you want a 100 scale GP02. And that's it. I alternate in sci-fi mainly. I do Xeon mechas because, of course, you can easily transform it or paint it like with the World War II stylish camouflages and environment, put it into the scene. For example, I have here. I was quite the RE100 MS06 FZ from 0080 series. I was quite scared about these models because I've seen other RE100, Reborn 100 models, and I find it lack of details and stupid models for a child. But I have to say that this Zaku is great. It's a great model with a great potential of painting and modification and put it into a very nice scene. Nice articulation, and I find that the choice of doing it in Reborn 100 scale or line good because, well, sometimes there's no need of a super detailer in a frame, especially for me that once I choose the pose and put it into diorama, I don't have to manipulate the model anymore. And that's it.
Oh.
And that's it.
Well, that's our show, guys. Yeah, that's it. All done.
Well, thanks. Hey, thanks for watching Gunpla Talk, everybody. No, awesome, Matteo, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us, man. Matteo's one of the most interesting guys like I've ever met at GBWC, man. So much fun to be around and like life of the party. It's awesome. So thank you again, buddy. I appreciate it. And I'll be honest with you, man, your entry was absolutely amazing and one of my favorites there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thank you.
The level of detail and everything. That Korean guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Whoever emailed you, it deserved to be there 100% in those cases, being judged by Kawaguchi and the gang. So well done, man. Very, very well done. So.
Thank you. Hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, man, definitely. You, me, and Josh, we're all going to meet up.
Yeah.
Josh, get to work, buddy. Get to work.
That means I have to enter.
Exactly. Come on now. Jeez. Anyway. All right. So
a little preview.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, look at that thing. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. You'll see others next year.
Very cool. Very cool. Excellent, man. Well, hey, you know, what am I working on, you guys? I'm working on my GBWC 2020 entry. The Zaku is kind of done work at this point. So I've changed directions a little bit, and I'm working on this guy right here. So for those of you that haven't seen on Instagram, Facebook, all that, I'm using the Jesta. Surprise.
Jesta? No way.
Yeah, surprise. You know, as a base for this unit, and this is the Master Grade Verka head that I've lengthened by 2 millimeters, shaved the mohawk down probably about 1.5 millimeters, and then swapped out the V-fin for Josh and mine favorite Zeta Plus V-fin there. And basically I'm reinterpreting the RX-78 2 into kind of remix my style. So that's what we're working on right now. As you can see, the head is done. I'm starting to work on the chest and the upper body, filling in those areas here to start to add vents and stuff like that. Yeah, so the Jesta, in my opinion, is like one of the most perfect master grades out there ever built, and it's just amazing. So after remixing, there you go. See, I knew I liked Matteo. I knew I liked him for a reason. But get out of here, Josh. So after remixing the high mobility Zaku, the plan, and this is kind of the first time I'm saying this kind of on stream in I guess public. So the plan is to go a little bit more traditional. I'm skewing off of the original direction. So the Gelguga that I was working on, that will be backburnered. That's no longer going to be in the GBWC 2020 entry. I'm going with Char versus Amuro. So, but with a remix, obviously. So we're going classic for this. It's the 40th anniversary of Gunpla. I figured why not go classic, right? We're gonna go with that, and I've got an idea in mind for final presentation and posing and all that I think is going to be pretty cool in terms of presentation. So we'll
just
see.
Make
right?
sure you're not covering the lights.
Oh my God! Right. Make sure there's not a big umbrella shadowing 90% of my model, right?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm just replying to a guy asking me if I have an Instagram. Yeah, I have an Instagram. You can find me as Matteo ITR.
There we go.
Matteo, if you want to type that in the chat, then people can see that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So the Gelgu will be done at some point because I've already spent a good amount of time on it, but it's not going to be part of this, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were looking forward to the sword coming back that I scratch built and everything like that and all that good stuff. But hey, trust me.
You could change your mind again at some point, you never know.
Not this late in the game. But no, so this is going to be highly modified from the core Jesta, and I've got some interesting stuff planned for this little guy, and I think I can bring out the RX-78-ness of it, but man, make it still a really badass little Jesta body. So I think it's going to be awesome. So, but aside from that, what?
Sorry. Go ahead. I remember. Yeah. Go ahead.
like I surprised Zack over here or something. Anyway, But yeah, so Zack had touched on traveling and everything, and I just got back a couple weeks ago from Dubai, visiting the fine folks over there at Otaku ME. Just you know what, an amazing time. Case, the owner of Otaku ME, was just an absolutely fabulous host. Just so welcoming, and kind of took us around, you know, the city and everything, showing us the sights and all that, and it was just awesome. The event was just off the charts awesome. I've never experienced kind of like that type of thing before, you know. And Josh, you probably you've experienced this, where people like come up and want to have their picture taken with you and like get an autograph and all that. It's just kind of very weird, but it was an amazing feeling. It was really, really cool. Very, very good models. Former Bakuk winner Nath Barrera is over there, and he competes, and he won the open category. And if you haven't seen his model, it is just stunning. Go check out Otaku ME's Facebook page or their Instagram, and you'll see pictures of that. And he is just an amazing, amazing talent.
I think he won the year I was there as well.
Yeah,
like he's just
I think it's like 3 years running, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
The guy is just incredible. He took one of those like worker Zaku origin kits and turned it into like this much grander version of it. Just insane work. And then the second and third place winners were just really, really amazing as well. GBWC level entries, and I told this to these guys, and really good. And then I had the pleasure of meeting James Quinsat 2018 GBWC second place in the world. I got to see his entry, and wow. Oh my God, you guys, like I was blown away by it. He had another model there, another diorama, and I got so many pictures of that. It's just crazy. The Zaku is like infiltrating a Federation base, and he's coming in and he's blowing the hell out of this gun tank, and the pilot of the gun tank is mid ejection, like it's flying up from the thing, and the gun tank's exploding, and the Zaku is like coming in like mid air, jumping on it, and
the meteor is coming.
What's that?
Also, a meteor is coming.
Yeah,
and a whale is jumping out of the water, and
right. It's so much stuff going on. It's just like you didn't know where to look, but it was so awesome. Like he was just like, and then he says to me later, he says like, "Did you see the hippo?" I'm like, wait, time out. What? The hippo? He's like, "Yeah, there's a hippo in there," and he had to point it out, and it's like in a little corner of like this little river going around, and it was just amazing. So yeah, I know. Strider was asking in the chat if I had pictures of it. Yes, I haven't posted them on Facebook. They're all on my Instagram account, and they're saved stories. So go to my Instagram profile. You'll see two parts to the Dubai trip, and they're all in there. So go check those out. They're just off the charts awesome. So, yeah, man. Otaku ME. If you're over there in the Middle East, I highly, highly, highly recommend them. They're an amazing company, an amazing brand. The people, if you're able to get over there to one of the stores, the staff, oh my God, is absolutely top notch. So shout out to the staff. And Takeshi Sagawa was over there as well. An amazing diorama builder from Japan. Super nice guy. Go check him out too. His works are just stunning.
I saw some of like his like kind of videos he was posting on Twitter. He's a funny guy.
Oh man, he's great. He's great. You know, a little bit of a language barrier, but his English is very, very good actually. So, man, just awesome time. Awesome time. It was funny though, because when we were over there, they had the most rain that they've had in, I think, like 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go figure, right? It's freaking Dubai. But it flooded the city. Like literally, like flooded.
Yeah. Sorry, Matteo, hang on. I'll drop you out of the stream for a minute and then bring you back and see if your video is working. Sorry, hang on. Go ahead, Tim.
No, okay.
So we're staying at a hotel, and we get up, and the street in front of the hotel is completely flooded. The day that I was supposed to do the class, and I go downstairs to the lobby. The lobby's flooded in our hotel. So unfortunately the store got flooded too. So we couldn't do the class that day, which is kind of a bummer, but we had a great time at the actual Otaku Emi Modelers Cup. It was really, really fun, but yeah, man, the rain put a damper, pun intended, on our time there, but man, it was a lot of fun. And so they gave us a little, a few little cool things. They gave me a trophy for being a judge, like completely unexpected. They gave me an Otaku Emi signature airbrush from Wave. So if you're not up on that, go check that out. Very, very cool. 0.3 millimeter nozzle included on that. And then I couldn't leave without grabbing the banner.
Oh yes,
that they made, and I had to post pictures of that. That's like the ultimate souvenir in my opinion. So I had to do it. I couldn't just let them like throw it away or whatever. So yeah.
Hey Josh, sorry, Josh, didn't you bring back like a couple of Mac kits?
Oh yeah. So first I thought you were gonna like burn me and go, Josh, did you have a big poster of your face? Did you bring one home? Because I didn't get one. That was gonna be really good. I still have them. I bought a bunch of the Mac kits from their shop. Yeah, because I hadn't bought any before. Hey Matteo, back.
All right, Matteo's back. Okay.
I bought a bunch of them. Yeah, Stingray and like maybe 4 or 5 other ones. Yeah, all the main ones. I think. Yeah.
You haven't built them yet, right?
I haven't built them. No. I did. I kind of snapped and masking taped together the Stingray, and that's all I've done so far. They're still sitting there in their like cigarette smoky yellowy boxes, and they look so nice. Yeah, so they're kind of in that nice heavenly not built yet kind of stasis in my mind, and I see them every now and then when I look at my boxes, and it makes me really happy, even just having them in there. Yeah. One day.
That's cool. Very cool.
Sorry for the tangent. I was just wondering about that because I just remembered that.
Oh yeah.
Nice. But yeah,
man, I'm so glad you got to go, Tim. That's great.
Yeah, dude, it was a great time. So, but yeah, so that's what we're working on. Zach, what's going on in the news? Anything interesting and fun?
Yes. Well, the thing that made me say while you're talking was that I remembered that we should say Happy New Year to everyone in this corner of the world. It's Happy New Year to Chinese New Year. Kang Fat Chai.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. Yes.
Kang Fat Chai.
What Zach said. I mean, technically, we haven't been on here since last year, so this is our first year back. So technically, Happy New Year to everybody, really, right?
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
But especially Chinese.
Our last episode was on like the 29th, so it was like right before.
Yeah.
Here. So hang on. All right, I'll talk about some news here. It was not a ton of news, really. There's a few things, but we'll just go through this here like this. Here we are. All right. This is, I know, something Justin is really happy about.
I mean,
weapons.
I'm not unhappy about it. It's just
Justin geeked over this right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this bazooka.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Look at the detail on that. That's nice.
Now, is this those weird the ones that were like made for figures, but you can swap all the parts out, or is this like the like the part sets that come on runners.
No, yeah.
Which scale?
Yeah, it's 1/44 scales. Hang on. Yeah, Justin, they're weird because they used to be packaged in like a box where they're like already like pre-snapped out.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
Yeah. It's the same thing, but now they're giving it to you on the runners and without the decals pre-printed on there.
Yeah, that's
nice. Cool.
So I like that. I'm glad that they're making them like printed just like a normal weapon set kind of.
Too bad it's not just a regularly
it's great,
available
but
thing.
I want it in 100.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. Everyone wants Bennett to make some more, or not make more, but make some 100 scale part sets.
They're missing out.
Someday they will.
They really are.
Is it again? Do you reckon just the Japanese market that's why high grades are so a big thing because people don't have space and they want to have people build stuff quick? Is that why?
I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, just for anyone who's unfamiliar, this is how like they normally came before in like a box, and like it's already just like a pre-built thing. So yeah, I think they weren't really, I don't know, meant to be used with figures, but I'm sure you could have used them as well with like robot damashi and stuff as well. And anyway, so yeah, they're Ben is making them again, which is good. Oh, this is set 6, and then there's also set 5. So they've already gotten 1 through 4. Oh, in the post that you shared on Facebook earlier, Justin, I thought that it said that this was out in August, but it says February, so that's good. So that means I'll be able to get
buy 85 of them right away.
Right. Well, in May, I'll be there in May, so I'll go there at that time. But yeah, so I think there's 12 sets in total, I think, or 10 or 12. So they're making their way through them. They're up through 6 now.
It's so weird seeing the shield in there.
There's Gundam base exclusives now for anyone who missed that part. So you'll have to get them through Gundam base, but if you can get them there, it's cheap. $8, whatever, is not bad for that. So this one's pretty cool too. I like that Gatling rifle, pretty cool. So there's that. There's also, I know you guys will be excited about this one, titanium finish RG New Gundam.
At least they prepared for it with this one.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said at least it seems like they actually built or modeled the RG with that in mind, because there was a lot of undergating and stuff. So that's nice.
Yeah. Right. So man, look, it looks shiny.
Yeah.
With it all being white though, I don't know.
It's gonna be that pearl white.
Yeah.
It'll look nice. Yeah. It's
kind of hard to see in the photos. Yeah, I'm sure it'll look a lot better in person than it does in photos, I think, probably. So that's coming out. We have the P Bandai Death Scythe.
Death Scythe potato.
Hey man, I like this thing. I don't know why I do.
It's kind of,
Yeah.
I like the
trashing
wing.
No. Definitely no.
No, come on.
Yeah, no.
I dig it.
I think the wings look kind of interesting when they're folded up in the back too. Here you go. You can see they fold up like that.
Yeah, I like the short wings, and I like the skirts, and everything else is just kind of a mess.
It's interesting.
Are those wings from any other kit, or are they purely for this one?
It's new. I don't know if it's using some parts from the wing.
They're definitely like modified EW wings.
Yeah, they're truncated to a point.
But they're new parts, yeah. Okay, cool. Because I didn't recognize them, yeah.
I'd have to look at it carefully, and I'm sure someone in the chat probably knows, but I don't know if maybe like a handful of the parts are from the wing kit, or if it's just going to be all entirely new, probably. But
that yellow piece on the end is from the EW kit.
Yeah. I wonder, what about the center of the backpack? I forget what the center of the backpack looks like for the EW kit.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Sure. Well, for the Verka, that's definitely not its backpack. For the wing, I mean, that's not its backpack.
There you go.
Yeah,
because I know the Death Scythe the Death Scythe has those weird things that stick up over the shoulders, but they don't quite look like that either.
Just like that. They don't look like that.
They look similar, but they're not quite like the way. I don't think they look the same from the back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that means I think. So what's the last? What's left of the Frozen Teardrop? Is Frozen Teardrop right? Is that right? Frozen Teardrop designs left that they haven't made yet.
We haven't seen
the Armadillo, the Sandrock Armadillo kit.
I thought the first one they did was the Heavy Arms.
There's the Heavy Arms and
then there's this. I haven't seen anything else.
Isn't the Shenlong Liao unit? Isn't that?
Oh, really? They just put a sword on it? That's it? You got the short end of the stick.
I could be wrong, but
short end of the sword.
But yeah, there's that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that is something.
So
different.
It's so unremarkable. I completely forgot it existed.
Well, there you go. This is not really about kits, but this is about this thing here. There's the walking gun. But see, I haven't actually read this news yet, so I don't know if you guys have.
I have not.
130th scale walking Gundam. What's your deal? So maybe this is just like prototype for the full size version. They just have a 1/30th scale version there, just as a display.
Oh, I wanted to point out.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, in real life. I was going to tease it, of course, first by saying who designed the panel lines on the shoulders. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man.
Why would they take something as perfect as the 3.0 and then do this?
Yeah.
Well, just make that one walk.
I like what they did with the head, though, especially like the cheeks, because like they made the cheeks come down to like a point. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah.
But yeah, the shoulders are a mess. So
all the lines everywhere.
And the super harsh contrast of the colors. Hopefully, this is just not.
I think it will work like it will do something like a moonwalk. Grab it by the waist, by the waist on the back, and I don't know.
Yeah, I really wonder how it's gonna walk.
It's gonna walk like 20 feet forward.
Because if you see the technical drawings, it will be fixed by the waist from some kind of structure on the back. So maybe the structure will push it forward while the floor is sliding. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure its feet will be actually attached to the ground and moving forward like this.
It will
like
not.
This kind of thing.
Okay. Let me.
Let's not.
Actual walking Gundam. Hey.
Anyway.
Sorry.
But I was reading about this, and then you can walk around the bottom, and then there's a viewing platform kind of up on those upper levels, which getting to see it from that perspective is if you're almost a pilot going to get in it. That's going to be magical.
Yeah.
And even as crap as it is, it's not really walking and it's moving on tracks and stuff. It's still gonna suspend your disbelief, and it's gonna be awesome. I think. I can't wait. It's gonna.
No, of course, it will be awesome, but I don't think it will sustain its weight on its leg.
Sure, no.
Some kind of animation. Well, better than nothing. And I'm not sure about this kind of restyling of the RX-78.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe if they use the first the scale that were in Odaiba, it would be better.
Yeah, definitely.
The need of doing some kind of every time a restyling that it doesn't add anything.
Well, we're all in agreement on that one, I think. Yeah, definitely. Okay, this is new Converge stuff. I know it's not something that you all are into, but if you're not,
the sniper's cool.
Yeah, so here's the full set here. So we got the Ghost, the Victory Gundam, V-Dash, Zanscare or Zanspine? What's the name of that?
Yeah, I like the Sniper GM.
Yeah. And the Geminus 02.
I think overall this is the best looking set I think I've ever seen.
It's a really nice set, yeah. The crossbow will be really cool. I didn't pull up a tab on this, but if you guys haven't seen, there's also going to be a P Bandai Phantom version of this, the silver version of this.
Oh, really?
And that one, the P Bandai version has like all the effect parts for it, and then it also gives you all the effect parts for this one too, the Ghost, so you can have it all flamed up.
So you can buy both.
Yes. So that'll be cool. But yeah, that one looks awesome. And I like the Victory and the V-Dash also look pretty nice in here as well. What always ends up happening every time I get a set of these is like usually the ones that I'm least looking forward to end up being the ones that actually look the best in person. So like,
go figure.
Will probably be really cool. And yeah, the sniper looks awesome too. I love his little chunky legs.
I know.
So
cool.
Chunky boy.
Mm. So that'll be cool. This one I'm really looking forward to, the Desert Type HG Zaku. That one looks super nice. Those
looks
MSC.
cool.
The funny thing about this particular model, evidently in Japan, there's like a meme going on because of its knees, like the knee joints and everything, because they're like, because look at them, they look like the accordion style, knee joint covers.
Like an Inspector Gadget or something.
Yeah. So evidently, like on Japanese Twitter, like there's this whole big meme going on about people, loving this, but then like hating on the more mechanical look for some reason. I don't get it.
I prefer the mechanical look, but I think if you're gonna do this style, this is the best way to do it.
I don't know,
because it mimics like the trash bag joints, and I think that those look awful, and they're a pain to work with.
The trash bags are absolutely a pain to work with, but I think me personally, I think they look more realistic, and you have the option of taking them off and showing the better mechanical looks. But I don't know, that's just my opinion.
But Justin, what do you think of this one compared to the HG Thunderbolt kits, where it's not the actual plastic trash bag, but it's just the molded?
See, I thought the Thunderbolt HGs, they looked okay, like if you just get them in a pose, but like moving them around, you can definitely get them in those weird poses where it doesn't look right. And this is like kind of mitigating that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
I want it in 100.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Everything in 1/100, right?
Yeah.
There's the Hello Kitty stuff. I heard from Adam that the Hello Kitty stuff has been like pre-orders have been going like crazy. People are loving it.
It would be
because it's just so cute.
I haven't seen this one. That's ridiculous. That's great.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Hello Kitty Haropla, and then the Hello Kitty Gundam crossover. I really don't understand why they made this with the SDX.
I don't either. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna stick it on a cross silhouette.
Yeah. I really don't know why they didn't put this with the cross silhouette Gundam, because that's like their current line that they're doing. Where it seems like the SDX standard line was pretty universally unliked by everyone.
Right.
Maybe just because it's so cheap to manufacture and it doesn't cost anything, it'll appeal to more people.
Look at the back of those legs.
Not that cross silhouette is that much more expensive.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would want to keep, because this, as it is 2,000 yen, which is pretty expensive for like an SD.
Oh wow, then never mind. I should have just done a cross silhouette.
So yeah, I think probably the cost of just the Hello Kitty licensing is probably going to cost them a good amount. So in order to keep the total price down, they just went for the simpler RX kit.
Well, that, and look at the runner. I mean, they had to make a whole new mold for all of that stuff. So.
Yeah, that's for just for the Hello Kitty parts. Yeah,
that's the Hello Kitty kit.
Jesus.
Pretty amazing.
I'm gonna have to get one of those for Aubrey and one for myself.
This is great. Also not Gunpla related, but the book, which looks like it'll probably be pretty awesome. Model graphics book for 1 Year War.
Ooh. Yeah.
So Matteo, you probably would be interested in this one.
Like.
Yeah. So it says it's got the RX-782 prototype Gundam, the full armor Gundam Unit 7. It's full armor Gundam 7th.
Huh.
the NT1 Alex, ground type Gundam, the Gundam Pixie, and the underwater type Gundam. So maybe probably the HG kit, I would imagine. So yeah, that looks awesome.
I like it.
A little bit pricey. 3,900 yen is like $40 almost. But
I mean, that's par for the course for those for the Japanese books, though.
I guess so. Yeah, in the States, and it's a little bit pricey to get here.
Well, yeah.
Or like, I mean, like even for like in Japan, usually it's like 27 or something. Can be like the most expensive for like even one of the bigger magazines, but that's pretty high. But there's that, and then...
but it's in line. The price is lined with this kind of magazine. I have a lot of them, and this is the price, but it's worth.
This one is one of the new HD Build Divers Re-Rise kits, the GP Rase 210.
Wow.
It's pretty extra.
Pretty?
Yeah.
Very extra.
There's a lot going on there. There's certain parts of it are cool, like some of the redesigns. I like the new shoulders on here are cool, and like the head being kind of like a mix of like GPO2 and Master Gundam.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this kit is great for kit bashing.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at all the parts and everything that you could pull off this sumbitch and just put into other models. Like those shoulder things, possibilities.
Which now look like they're mounted onto the backpack. Possibly, it's kind of hard to tell because this is the only two pictures we've seen of this so far.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is.
But yeah, it looks like they're mounted onto the backpack now rather than onto the shoulders, which will be good for the stability of them. I think just the stability of the arms in general.
I like the head. It's got like a Master Gundam feel to it.
Oh, he's also got the forearms of the Titus, the Age 1 Titus, like with the GN Ogre had.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't remember.
No.
You guys don't recall.
Oh, hey, it's a palette. Look, he's even got the swords. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, the swords are different.
The handles are like almost the same.
Yeah.
It's I haven't been watching the series, so I don't know, but it's pretty easy to assume. I think that this is from the same character, his upgraded version.
Probably, color scheme and all.
Yeah, color scheme, the swords. It's got the what's it? Yeah, also has GN drives up on top of the shoulders there.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't either. Why is that thing?
And using the Age Titus forearms. So yeah, there you go. It's got some interesting elements, but yeah, overall it's a bit much for me.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time, the Shellcube, but we've got a bunch more photos of this. I'm wondering what you guys think about this now that we can like see more of it. It's 1/100 scale, Matteo.
What can I say?
And it's Universal Century, technically.
It's so ugly.
Well, technically, but too far from the 1 year war.
Yeah. It's cool. Looking at the new photos, the one photo I got to this phone, I was like, oh, that Gatling gun's pretty cool.
I don't understand why Bandai continued. So they have tons of cool mobile suites to take from the previous series. So I'm thinking about the F-91 movie, all the Crossbone Vanguard's mobile suits needs a modern kit on the market. All the DOM variation, they are continuing. Well, I had to I understand the market needs some more insect-like mobile suits. Well, I don't know, but many Gundam fans are love the old series, so they can launch some classic models. There's no the market. I think it's full of this kind of this model. I have to say model. Better to say model instead of crap.
Instead of crap. I love it. Now, Zach, scroll back up to this picture right here. What's this caption down at the bottom here? Master grade 1/100.
Yeah.
What's
that's what I was gonna say is
Master
that
grade 100.
I was looking at the pictures of this and I thought, oh, that Gatling gun's pretty cool. That could be worth it. Actually, what the little caption down there says is that the Gatling gun is not included. That's from the V dash or V dash.
Why would you show a weapon in a promo image that doesn't come with the kit?
It would be the Wasp gun.
The reason why it's shown here is because the hands included with this kit are the same ones as the Master Grade Victory kits. So any of the Victory weapons you can hold with this kit as well. So that's the point. That's why they're showing that.
Ooh, look at that seam on that shoulder there.
It's got some seams all over the place. Mama. You can see a big one here on the forearm as well, right there as well.
Oh, hey, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really interesting, and so
that's how I feel about it.
I can appreciate that they're doing one of these more interesting designs for people who are fans of this. Not everyone is going to be, but for people who are fans of these designs, there's not much to work with. You've got like 80s kits, and that's it. So,
man, it's got that.
I was thinking about that
pop collar there, doesn't it? Look at that thing.
I was thinking of like. Sorry, it is. No, I didn't even realize it totally is a pop color. I was going to say, how do you say it, Dunbine or Dunbean or whatever, the bug kind of looking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I don't know if they're bringing out kits like that, but people who are into that, I'm sure they would love this.
Yeah, so there's definitely a market for it, but as far as like mass appeal, I'm not sure it's something that like everyone's going to go for. So maybe that's why they decided to release it as a P Bandai kit. Something that they'll maybe produce and maybe rerun a couple times, and that'll be kind of it. But I wonder what else they'll use. I'm sure there's variants, but I wonder what else they'll use those molds for. Who knows? All right, this is the last thing. Also something we talked about last time, but we have a bunch more photos of it this time. It's just the HG Origin Gundam.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I'm unreasonably excited for this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look at that swap out little handle thing. Oh,
yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Got options for the shoulders, options for the chest. There. Options for the forearms.
Why didn't we get this in the Master Grade,
Which one?
All these options, these little options here. I mean,
it had pretty much all of this except for the shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Except for the shoulder, yeah.
I mean, come on, look. I got the Origin right here.
I mean,
it's a good kit, but man,
I'm sure you can manage building this little bar on the top.
I don't know if I can. It might be beyond my skill set.
It's probably one of the simplest pieces. It's like plow rod and 2 pieces of plow. Yeah,
I know, right? I'm just saying,
Yeah.
No, I know.
For the more pedestrian builders.
Well, anyway.
What have we got here for the foot? Oh, the toe. Look out! Yeah,
a little toe bend. Still not quite as nice as the Master Grade version, but.
Yeah,
obviously.
That's a high grade. What do you want?
Yeah. The weapons look great.
Oh, that first rifle, it's so boxy, it's cool.
Yeah. Definitely. So definitely one of the kits I'm most looking forward to this year so far.
Yeah. Better proportions on this too. The chest isn't so kind of barrely, I like it.
The upside down shield, so cool.
Yeah,
so cool. Yeah.
All right, that is it. What I wanted to show here, I just wanted to show because we were talking about Matteo's build earlier. We didn't have any photos.
Here we go.
So I wanted to show some actual photos of Matteo's build. So let's see. I don't want to full screen that, but I'll just keep that for now. That's it for the news. So you guys want to talk just about Matteo's build more right now?
Yes. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So now that we can see some photos of Matteo's build, little bit more. Matteo can maybe talk a little bit more about it. So Matteo, you want to go through again, just talk about what exact kits you used here, now that we can see it.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's quite simple because I used the amazing UC Graph Semovente tank M61A5. I don't know how they call it, and the anti-mobile suite team, the 5 infantry with the mobile suite arm. Well, I have to say those kits are amazing. Even mainly is out of the box. The tank is out of the box. I only added some extra details just to create a more battle weathered vehicle. But even straight out of the box, the kit is amazing. You can have a massive model on your stash, so it's a very satisfaction to handle it. The figures are great. In the tank, there are the 3 guys: the tank commander, the driver, and the blind one on the back. I don't know what he's doing. I added if you can see on the all the visors on the tank are changing colors. I added some strips of the holographic film, cut and put it on the visor glass. A lot of bags, boxes to fill the back of the turret. Of course, as a military modeler, I have a lot of references and a lot of materials. I bought from eBay a racing machine gun turret just to. Well, I've seen many pictures of Abrams tanks in Afghanistan and Iraq. The new task version of the Abrams has this a remote controlled machine gun on the turret to avoid the tank commander to expose to small firearms, so he can move it standing inside the tank. So I found it a nice touch. Some other details and mainly is out of the box. I want to try. This is my first try in modulating the color of the tank. So I don't know if you know that the modulation colors is to cut the model in a lot of panels, and each panel is received the light individually. So you can have a panel with the top light with touching the top dark area of the panel of the near panel. So it can be hard to explain, and once you have to figure what you are reaching at the end of the job, because during the job it's totally unrealistic. For example, no one will buy a car painted with an airbrush with the modulation, because of course you have the red, dark red on the bottom and the light red on the top. But once you have completed the work and added the weathering, because the weathering is the technique that softens all the effects and make the model alive. Of course, once you are painting the modulation, you have to exaggerate the lights, because the weathering process will soften a lot. So you risk to delete what you've done with the modulation, adding the weathering. So you have to exaggerate. Don't worry about I don't think this green is. I think this green is too heavy, or is too bright. No, you have to follow your imagination, your what you figured, because once you add the filters, the washes, the dust, the mud, all appears, well, this is the result I like. The diorama, okay, the scene is, well, I thought about it for almost, I don't know, 6 months. Because, of course, once I have the models, I put on the styrofoam table and say, okay, what I have to do? Okay, I have this tank, I have this arm. Checking on my old kit stash, I found this super old Verlinden production Buddha temple. So I say, okay, let's try a jungle scene. This is a plaster. I bought this temple more than 20 years ago in a shop that doesn't exist anymore. And wow. Of course, I have tons of old kits, and especially for dioramas accessories, because once you find it, they are almost rare to find. So put it there, and maybe one day you will use it. And okay, studied the scene. Of course, it has some kind of well, Vietnam War flavor. I think it's nice because it's even if it's the green is the main color, the differences between all the plants can create a nice environment, and a realistic jungle can fit with the tank. Well, of course, I'm not a master modeler. There are many modelers much better than me. Of course, I collected a lot of pictures from great modelers all around the world to create well, this my entry. What I have to say is judge your work only at the end. So the model must be judged when it's finished. Even during the work, you always have the time to correct the way the models are taking to follow what your imagination suggested to you. And well, another thing I think it's important is the figures. Well, this is important for me because I do 1/35 scale models, and of course tanks and airplanes always have figures to immediately create proportions and tells the observer how big the vehicle is. Of course, if you are doing a mecha, well, it's a little bit different. It is quite rare to put figures inside the diorama with the mecha because you have to modify it a lot to have a realistic poses, etc. But the figures are important because even if they are secondary elements on the diorama, they immediately tells the story of the scene. Of course, I imagine that this infantry, the tank is advancing in the jungle under the cover of infantry, which are using the destroyed mobile suit arm as a bridge to cross the river and proceeded to the front, which is out of the scene. The main diorama is concept is like a pyramid. So the lower part is where the two guys are running with the anti-tank missiles. And it ends with the top, with the Macau on the top of the tree on the back.
Yeah. So I was going to comment on this, how other builders might be tempted to put trees on this front triangle part as well, because it's just a space. Put some trees there, and as if the tank's coming through. But I like that you didn't, because the eye starts off at the low area with the guys with little artillery gun and travels up through the tank up to the tree. And of course, that would have been intentional, and I just love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I used the tree also to fill the spaces, to fill the gaps. I added a lot. Well, I didn't expect how many plants you need to create a realistic jungle. In the last winter, I become almost mad because I stopped my car near a wood and start taking pictures of bushes and plants, because it doesn't matter how many plants I put on it, it always looks few. I have to add a lot of plants inside the diorama, because it always looks unreal. Well, this is the result. I think it could be done better, but well, I like it. Many of the plants are real plants, stabilized with special products, some kind of racing. You have to submerge the plants inside this to avoid it turns yellow. Of course, they are dead plants. Many others are laser cutted paper plants. It's a little bit, well, next time I'll choose a smaller scene and a much more simpler environment, because it's really boring to cut hundreds of plants and put everyone on the ground, and well, it was a hard work. But here's the result. I hope they'll send me back in a decent condition. I don't know.
Can I ask you the shape of the base? Because dioramas tend to be square shapes, like it's a big cake, or round shapes, or something like that. What made you come up with this shape? Because I haven't seen this kind of shape before.
Yeah, of course. That's you answered by yourself, because I don't want. I want something totally different from other models. At the beginning, I was thinking to put this base on a square wooden base to put the title on the base. So as to say, Earth Federation. You see the title. After I finished the model, and there is the square where now I put the yellow writings with the title of the diorama, I decided not to use a square base, but I think to use the base as a title, and the irregular shape of the base comes well naturally, because I cut it with the hot iron, the styrofoam, and I decided that this is well nice. I like it because it helps to because of course the main view is from 3/4 of on the right side of the model, on the front, to see the pyramid. The pyramid. Okay, this is the correct side to see the diorama, and I think this shape is irregular. It is. I think it's more natural, because the jungle is totally a chaos. So I thought that a square base will damage this aspect. It's much more pertinent to a jungle which is more irregular and in chaos.
One thing that
I don't know.
One about seeing this in person, it's kind of a little bit different, because, and also like there at GBWC, you have like the lighting is different from this lighting in the photos, and you're also seeing a little bit different angle. But like when I saw this in person, actually, I didn't see the Buddha figure. Sorry. I didn't see the Buddha in there straight away. It's like, it actually was something that I noticed later. I was looking at all this going on here in the foreground and like the tank, and then I just saw like the jungle as the background. And so like here in the photos, like you can really see the statue there in the background, but in person, it was really interesting to just like explore around, looking around in different angles, and then like finally
that's what I want. That's what I want. I almost camouflaged the elements. If you notice, if you look closer, there's an anti-tank missiles battery in near the Buddha.
Of
course, it's like in real here. It's like in real warfare. Of course, there's no spotlight on the camouflaged items. Also, in the temple, which is supposed to stay there from hundreds of years, so it's eaten by the jungle. Of course, in a diorama, you have to leave it as a center of interest for the diorama. So I put it into, of course, a main a center of attention in the diorama, but not too much. Otherwise, I have to put some, for example, some other figures inside. I thought at the beginning to put some barrels or colored barrels near to accentuate this point, but later I thought, well, it's enough. So it's visible, but not so visible, because the main character of the diorama is the tank. So all the rest must be discovered by the viewer. There's how can I say, an Easter egg on this diorama, because of course I put the Macau as a color spot into the jungle. No, I put a red and blue and yellow Macau on the top of the tree. Of course, this diorama, the Buddha temple immediately placed this diorama into Middle East, in Far East Vietnam area. And the Macau is a bird from the South America. Well, but well, I don't care. A guy from Hong Kong says, okay, here in Hong Kong we have Macau in the zoo, so maybe they are escaped and they find a new home in the jungle.
There you go. Hey Zach, you want to bring Josh back in? He accidentally popped himself out here. But one thing I was going to say for everybody looking, watching and everything, like, you get a sense of size from the pictures, but when you see it in person, it's a lot bigger. Like, this thing is massive, right? So like the tank itself, like, I held up the box of this thing, right? Like, that's how big this box is. The box on this tank alone is massive, right? And the parts are huge. You know, it's a 1/35th scale tank, and this is not a small tank by any means. You know, if you think of
near an M1A1 Abrams tank from the same scale, all the tank maybe is big. The Abrams is big like the turret of the Semovent tank. So it's that's what I say. It's a massive kit, and it's a pleasure to have it on the stash, because of course it gives you the feeling of building a great model.
Right. Oh, and I will say, it's just looking at it. Obviously, I haven't built it yet, but the kit itself, the details and everything are so crisp and clean, and the parts are so nice, and it looks like an amazing kit. I need to get around to building mine. So, man,
but all the models from the UC Art Graph series are great. Yeah. In my wet dreams, I said, why Bandai? Well, they launched a kit with an arm, another kit with the Zaku head. Why don't they launch another kit with the foot and another one with a leg? So once you buy everything, you can buy a mobile suite in 1/35 scale. If you want, you can buy a Zaku, a real Zaku, because I put the UCR Graph arm, mobile GM arm near the which is the jumbo grade, or the mega size is 148. There is the jumbo grade, which is in 135 scale. It's an enormous toy. Of course, it's a toy, and the quality of course UCR Graph is much higher, because of course it's the model itself, even if it's only a hand. In the box, you can choose if you build a right hand or left hand. So
Right.
You have both hands and arms. Why Bandai does not launch on the market this opportunity to build? If you want, you can build your 135 scale mobile suit. I can't sell my house to have it.
I would love that. Can you imagine like a ground Gundam or for Justin an Easy 8 in 1/35 scale?
There are a lot of there's another there's a famous diorama of a guy who scratch build 135 GM coming out from a digging with all the Xeon flying bikes all around flying.
Right.
But of course, it's something out of my capabilities. So I am not so good in scratch building such big things. So, well, of course, I cannot do that. But if Bandai also on the boxes in instruction sheets, there are a lot of inspirational box art and drawings. In the past I saw some announcement that they are doing more armored vehicles from Xeon, 8-wheeled armored vehicles and other jeeps and vehicles for diorama. This is perfect. I don't know why they stopped producing this line of models or to increase the line of this line of models, because of course it's fantastic for all of us which are coming from the military modeling, because in 135 scale you have a world of accessories and possibilities, possibilities of create incredible dioramas. I want to show you another box I bought for my next diorama with the UCR Graph Core Fighter, but I want to put inside the diorama also this box from Tamiya.
Oh,
which
nice.
Is this is a special vehicle.
Show it again, Matteo.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see. Okay, yeah.
Well, this will be painted in a Xeon color scheme, but of course it's quite strange to look sci-fi vehicles. But of course it's in 135 scale, so perfectly match the idea I have to create this diorama. You have unlimited possibilities to create in 135 scale with accessories, with other models. So I really hope Bandai will restart to launch new models in this line of models.
Yeah.
Instead of this insect aspect, the big Gundam, wasp Gundams, and.
Man, I agree. Like the hard graph line is just a great line of models, and for anybody out there that's not invested in one, just go get a little one, just like the what is it, the Zaku head or the Xeon speeder bike thing, or Jeep something, just something little that you can play around with. Don't go out and buy the tank or the hover truck as like your first hard graphs like I did. Bad idea. Go out and get one of the small ones and dig into it, man. They're awesome models.
This I just pulled up to help because we were talking about how big it is.
You can the opportunity of also modified a lot. The tank, of course, which is many modelers make the mistakes to build the engines on the back, but this tank is configured like the Merkava tank, so it has the engines on the front and an infantry compartment with the opening door on the back. So you can build the fighting compartment on the back of the tank. The overtrack has the possibility to build the interior. So you can have to satisfy all of your dirty dreams.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's huge in the display case. That really shows how big.
Here's this box too.
Monster.
Yeah. Well, you have to say me how they can lose this box,
right?
And for
well, the packaging instructions are on the back or inside. So
yeah, there's Eric.
Well, especially it makes me laugh to compare how my model feels the display Bandai provided to us with the models from Canada, which is something like a small watch inside a square.
Right.
Well, a little bit in this photo, like you can see that it's over in the next booth.
Oh yeah,
you can see that's master grade.
The third place.
Yeah, Daniel Ronald.
Yeah. Daniel's.
Well, I like it very much.
Yeah, that was a big display piece too. You know, there was a lot of size. This past year at GBWC. But yeah, Nico from Canada, he had the small. It was really good. Don't get me wrong. Nico is very, very talented modeler. But yeah, just the size of it is.
Then the Japanese.
Once you have 50 centimeters for 50 centimeters, use your space.
Right.
Because once you have the opportunity to do something big, do something big.
Exactly.
The junior winner was like the tiniest kid there, though.
Yeah, from Singapore, the young lady.
The girl with the unicorn, the horse. I don't remember which is. The girl. Very nice model.
Yeah, the young lady from Singapore.
I was thinking Japan, right?
Yeah. And she made that. It was very.
Well, I have nothing to say with the first three models. Even if are not my style, especially the first one, who win the gold prize, is totally out of my style. But I have to say it was an incredibly, without any issue, without the paint is perfect, the conception of the scene and the fish is incredible. So I have to say it's worth the first prize.
Yeah.
Also, the second one, I extremely like the dynamic pose with the flying kick and the chain. It's great. And also the third one, those two GMs are totally clean. Not my style. I generally do weathering on the models, but of course, the clean style is it's worth when you do the weathering, you can cross over some issue, of course, or say, okay, I haven't seamed the junction line very well. Well, I'll cover it with mud or dust or something like that. No, you don't have to mind about this. In Japan style painting, you have to be perfect. This is. I'll show you my first attempt of a Japan style model. This is my. It is a racing dress kit of over the origin master grade frame.
It's the
infinite dimension dress kit, and it's great.
Nice.
Well, but I do it. I did it as a school model for a clean model, Japan style painting. But I'll be back in weathered models.
There you go.
Hey, one thing I want to make sure we talk about too is just before we started live, Matteo was telling a little bit about the GBWC process, which I didn't really know about. So I want to talk a little bit while we still have some time about the GBWC selection process there. For everyone else who doesn't know about that. Matteo?
Here we do not have a live selection for the GBWC, but we have to send 3 pictures to the company that organized the GBWC, and then they send the pictures to Japan for selection. So we received the selection, a phone call to say, "Oh, congratulations, you won." Yeah. And of course, it's quite difficult because we have many. Of course, in the Italian community, we know each other's of sci-fi modelers. Mainly, we have a model contest in Lucca Comics and Games, which is the biggest Italian contest for sci-fi models.
That's
and
there in Rome.
There we take the official pictures to send to Japan. Of course, once you see from the model from alive, you can say, okay, this model is not so good as it looks on the picture. So you can manage to show your model better as it is using pictures. Well, this is good for everyone, of course, but it's difficult because especially if you have only 3 pictures to send, one on the front, one on the back, and one on a detail. As I told to Zack, I put 2 pictures from different angles, and the other one I make a collage, a puzzle of a lot of 9 pictures of details, of course. Because I cannot risk to not show all the diorama.
Yeah. That's good that you're allowed to do that. I think in some cases they maybe wouldn't allow you to make a collage. It'd be like just the 3, but because you're allowed to have one of the images a collage of detail shots.
I have to take the charger.
Oh yeah. But just to clarify for those of you guys who didn't get that, they don't have any like live like event like a GBWC event like where everyone goes and brings their models. So they don't have anything like that.
Online only, man.
Yeah, for GBWC.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because they've got so many.
Okay.
There's so many competitions. Like, why not have a live one? You know, it just.
Well, Matteo was saying that something about what Bandai requests of the event, like the standards that Bandai wants for the event. Do you know any more details about what exactly Bandai wants that is hard to do, Matteo? I think Matteo froze again.
Oh
no. Maybe his computer died right as he plugged it in or something.
I think he's on his phone. So he's going to get his charger.
Oh yeah, or his tablet. Actually, I think maybe he said he has a tablet. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So we'll see if he comes back in.
Yeah, because that's the thing with Australia. Because I think Hobbyco just takes all of that and does all the planning, and they have the budget to do it.
Yeah. He was saying before we started live that the problem was working with Bandai to make the event to whatever standards that Bandai had set for us. So I don't know exactly what that means, but you know. I would assume that there's probably like something about the venue size, or maybe they have like an expected amount of entries or something that maybe they're not sure if they would meet or something. I don't know. It's
you know, it's tough. Bandai's got a lot of. There he is.
It's okay. Matteo, I don't know if you heard my question. I was just going to ask, do you know what are like some of the problems why they haven't been able to make an event that's to the standards that Bandai wants?
Well, really, I don't know, because in Lucca Comics and Games, which is the most important European contest or event in comics, it's comics, video games, cosplayers, sci-fi in general.
Yeah,
Bandai is massively present with a great big stand, of course. So it is difficult. Also, many guys from Bandai I met in Japan, like Yuji and the other one from Bandai France, comes to Lucca last year in the Bandai stands. I don't know. We are working for having a live event for GBWC because, of course, it's much more fun, much more important. It gives the event an important fashion because, of course, the judge coming from Japan to I don't know. I think it's also in Canada and in France are photographic contests.
I think you're right.
They do not have. Well, of course, all the countries near Japan as a live event. Countries far are maybe it's difficult. Of course, that's the reason why, of course, are not in the winners are not the selection are not in different period of the year. Of course, because the judges have to move to all the countries. Well. I don't know. We are working for having a live event. We'll see what will happen. At the moment, there is no response from Bandai for having a live event.
Wow. Oh.
But you guys have other Gundam contests that are not GBWC related there?
We have well, in Italy, we have a lot of modeling contests. Many of them are also internationally, well, in Europe, of course, renowned. But since 3 or 4 or 5 years, sci-fi is entering. Because of course, in the past, if you do sci-fi, you do robots okay, of course. Now let's talk about serious models. So tanks, figures, airplanes. Okay, the sci-fi and Gundam models are of course something for child. Since 5 or 6 years, in the standard contests, the sci-fi categories are growing a lot. So, and in the sci-fi category, it's growing the Gundam category. Thanks to the work of many guys all around the web and in different cities of Italy, we are organizing a lot of contests around here in Rome and Milan, in Florence, in Lucca. In Lucca Comics, we have the NKGC contest, which is, I think, the most important Italian contest for sci-fi, and of course, with the Gundam categories. All the winners of the GBWC passed from of the Italian GBWC winners passed in the Lucca Comics and Games model contest, which is called the NKGC contest. Here in Rome, we have 5 of the GBWC winners, which are all my friends, and there's another one in the north of Italy. Well, of course, but Rome is Rome. Rome rules.
There you go. You know, and one thing I notice about especially the Italian guys is there's so much passion and dedication to everything. Just every time, you know, one of the Italian modelers posts on Facebook or something like that, there's so much creativity and so much originality in what you guys do. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thanks. We do it with passion. And, well, of course, we have a big community to share and mainly to criticize the other works. So, of course, it's like a fight. Right. And but it helps the ideas to grow to build something different. I know many great modelers, and well, I won just for a case, of course, because there are many modelers worth to win the GBWC, and well, we'll see. It's stimulating, of course, because I already seen many works. A couple of works for the next year from 2 friends of mine, and they are hard to beat. So I have to work hard to beat them.
Oh man, nice.
I'm wondering, Matteo, do you have any? Do you have any group meetups there, like in like a local hobby shop or something, where you guys meet up like once a month or something like that?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Like you and the other modelers just like around Rome, do you guys ever meet up in person, like in a local hobby shop once a month or something?
I had a laboratory with 2 other friends, which are good modelers. One of them already won a first place and a second place in GBWC Italy in the past. Now he has a child and a wife, so he's low his production. But and I have a modeling club with other friends who are great modelers in many other branches of the hobby. So tankers, airplanes, which is Roma Model Group, and well, there are a lot of modeling clubs. So we met all together at contests or by the members of the single club once a week. Okay. Unfortunately, here in Italy, and especially I'm talking for the Rome area, the modeling hobby stores are very few. There are maybe 3 actually in Rome, which are active in modeling. And I say modeling, not Gunpla, because in all the cases, Gunpla is out of business for hobby stores, and this is bad. But we also contribute. I have to admit that also modelers contribute to this. Not interest of the hobby stores in Gunpla, because of course we can buy everything on internet. So it's hard for the hobby store to be competitive in in this kind of hobby. Even if I said, because well, I have a plan to open a hobby store in the future. I think if you find a hobby store which is competent and knows all the stuff related to Gunpla modeling, so he can help you how to build it, how to paint it, how to weather it. The hobby store, it's a reality which can continue and can beat the internet, of course, because on the internet you simply can buy and wait the box to arrive, and that's it. On the hobby store, you can find, if you find a hobby store owner which is competent, can help you to buy. Oh, come on, let's hear. I'll show you how to paint it, how to use this product. Let's build it together. Let's make an event or a contest once a month. The hobby store will be a good opportunity to a good business opportunity.
Yeah,
cool.
That's it. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to work a lot for this.
Yeah.
Right.
We are only we are still in an early stage of this for this.
Yeah, it sounds to me.
Go ahead, Zach.
Well, it sounds a lot like a very similar situation to most of the U.S. as well.
Yeah. I was actually gonna say that. Yeah.
So also in the United States.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few hobby stores. So they're kind of dying out. My local hobby store closed like 2 years ago.
Well, what I've noticed here, of course, I'm talking my country, for my city. Of course, all the hobby stores are historic stores, no? So they are open since a lot of years, and was opened by the fathers or the grandfathers 30 or 40 years ago.
Right.
Today are owned by the son or the grandson of the original owner, which they found the store as a family activity, family business, but they not have the passion their father or their grandfather has it. So they simply managed to work on the family business. But if you are not a modeler, you cannot own a modeling store, an hobby store. You have to be a modeler to own a hobby store, because of course you have the energy to follow all the news, all the new products, to test it, to give the customer the right suggestion or to reach what he wants. So you simply do not have to, especially in this era with the internet, the Amazon, the eBay, where you can find everything at a lower price. But if I find a shop who can help me in my hobby, I'm happy to spend even 10 euros more, because everything I buy on the store, I know if I start searching on the internet, I can save 5, 6, 7, 10 euros. But if I find a shop with a competent owner, and which is a joy to go in, the shop will always beat the internet.
Right. Well, that's important, that, and a lot of the guys in the chat are saying, support your local hobby stores. I agree.
Support your local hobby stores.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, because there's something special about going into a hobby store. Where you can see.
You see a box and you pay and go out with your box under your arm and go. When you buy on internet, I saved 10 euros. Then you have to wait the post. The post arrives. You are not at home. Once the box arrived, your passion of the moment is lower than when you buy. So you say, I spent this money, but I can save it. Another kit, I don't need it. Well, the live action is much more fun.
Yeah. Well, and you can see everything on the shelves, and maybe you see something in the store that you didn't even think of, right? Like a tool or a resource or a material or something like that. That's like, you see it, and a light bulb goes off in your head, like, oh my God, I need this. This is a great idea. I could use this. You can't easily do that online, and it's just something special about going into a hobby store that I just love. So good stuff. Good
just
stuff.
The resource of information too, like Matteo's talking about, having the staff and the owner being really knowledgeable is really worthwhile for a lot of people.
That's talking about support your local store. I want to show you my storage of models, which is a little bit too much for what can I build in the next 2 leaves.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's cool. Look at that.
Hobby store in your house.
And this is where the magic happens.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
A lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff.
That's like a museum right there, man.
Oh,
it's great.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. Better, I do not think on how much I spent on it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, but how much fun have you had? The hours.
Fun.
We've all spent fortunes on our collect. I mean, look at this back here and all this stuff.
Of course.
Look at Zack. I mean, obviously he didn't pay for most of that, but still.
Money flies when you're having fun, but
look at Josh's lamp.
I know. But look at what's below Josh's lamp, though. Did you see that? I noticed that.
Accidentally left that out. Yeah.
Accidentally. Yeah.
I was dusting it off.
Yeah. Right.
The gold just gets so much dust on it. Oh my god.
Surprised the lamp's not actually shining down on it. You know?
Oh,
that would have been great.
That would have been great. Yeah.
Look.
Not really doing a good job. There you go.
Look, there you go. Right in the spotlight. There you go.
No.
Oh man, good times. But yeah, I mean, I think we've all spent multiple fortunes on the tools and the stash, and I mean, even just like furniture. You know, I mean, tables and everything. Like, we spend money, man. We spend a lot of money.
It's worth it. It's so worth it.
So worth it. So worth it. What other hobby could you do where you just have this much damn fun, you know? Like, come on. It's awesome. Good stuff.
Agreed.
All right, boys. It's getting to be about that time. We got to call it a show. So let's wrap this one up here. Matteo, again, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day.
Thank you to you.
And man, it's good. It's great seeing you and talking to you again.
Thank
Zach
you. Hope to see you again next year.
Hell yeah, man!
Live.
Yeah, let's make a
Thank
date.
You, Zack. The same for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. Nice to meet you.
Hell yeah, cool
Me
deal.
too.
All right,
let's go. Justin had to go early.
Yeah, Justin had to check out a little bit early, so he dropped out a little while ago. But yeah, so let's go real quick and tell everybody where they can find you guys on the internet if they wanted to see more. Josh, go ahead and kick us off, man.
Josh Federa on all the Twitter, Instagram, and everything, and my website, joshfedera.com, for artwork and my PDF book of my Zeta. Yes, artwork in Zack's thing up there. Yes, there we go.
Yes. Just real quick. Just real quick. At Otaku and Me, they have your prints right up in the case in the corner that you can buy Josh Dara prints. So if you're in Dubai, man, go get you a Josh Dara original print. So they're there. I saw them. I'm like, oh. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
go ahead, continue.
That's it. I'm done.
Oh, Zeta book.
Yeah.
Pay what you want.
Yeah. Pay what you want. Yeah.
It's a good resource.
There you go.
There you go. All right, Zack, you're next, man.
You can find me right here on my channel and also my Instagram, Facebook page, and Twitter. For if you want to be inspired by other work that's not mine, then follow me on Twitter as well. I'm always sharing cool stuff on there. But yeah, my aside from YouTube, my Facebook page is probably the best resource for staying up to date on stuff. And speaking of staying up to date on stuff, I just want to also remind everyone that, well, not remind everyone, but tomorrow I'll have a live stream of building the Master Grade Dodge Kai. But after that, I have next contest announcement. This one here. Yeah. What you got? This cool guy will be live stream building tomorrow.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Very cool. But yeah, after that, a contest announcement. So it's a little contest, but some cool prizes. So those prizes are coming from USA Gundam Store, of course. So thank you to Adam. Actually, the contest was Adam's idea. So that'll be fun. So I'll have that announcement for everyone tomorrow. Let you guys know what that's going to be.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
So that's it.
All right. Matteo, again, man, thank you for being with us. Tell everybody where they can see your work, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Well, you can find me on Instagram, Matteo ITR, all together. And on Facebook, Matteo Nobili. Well, there are many of Matteo Nobili in Italy, but the only one that build Gundam is me.
There you go.
So, Matteo Nobili on Facebook and Matteo ITR on Instagram. Thank you, guys.
Man, thank you. Go follow Matteo, you guys. Amazing work. Just a stunning piece there to see in Japan. If you can get there to see it before they pack it up, which
next month
it might already be packed up at this point. We don't know. Go see them. Go see them all. It's good stuff. But all right. So last and least, here I am. Ciao to Mecca. Go follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Actually, I have a very, very short, funny anecdote about Twitter because Zack mentioned it. So I've talked about Mutu Asumi, old school Hobby Japan modeler from back in the day when I first started. Amazing talent. He did the Mad Dog GMs, the Phantom Crow Goofs, the Goblin Twin Doms. Very, very thematic building style and just kind of revolutionary kind of aesthetic back then, right? So he just joined Twitter and he posted, kind of a memory of his work and everything, and I reshared it and all that, and I had a little bit of a fanboy moment because he replied to my retweet, and I'm like, oh, it's him, So it was super cool, kind of an idol of mine, if you will, replying to my retweet. It was very, very cool. But hey, go check us out on Twitter and all that good stuff, and follow Gunpla Talk on Facebook, you guys. There's a lot of you watching, but not a lot of you following or liking. Go like us on Facebook.
And Josh. Shizuoka.
What?
It's coming up.
Oh man. Believe me, I have not forgotten. Don't you worry. It is just sitting here. Oh man.
Okay.
No.
Are you two going?
I'm working on trying to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
And not going entirely. I don't know if I can say who else is going there too. Maybe I will talk about that more next time if I can. I don't know if I'm supposed to say or not, but anyway.
But not me.
Anyone else who's watching who is like in Japan or planning on being in Japan in May, don't forget the beginning of May, Shizuoka Hobby Show. It's really, really good, and you should go.
I'd love to go to that. That's awesome.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. Anywho, all right, you guys. So this has been Gunpla Talk episode 52 with our special guest Matteo Nobili. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening. Come on back, and we're gonna continue to Vogue or whatever. Like,
no, I'm gonna edit in
the Italians uses the hands while talking.
Yeah, we all do. Hey,
we're feeling a little Italiano over here.
Hey. Anyway, all right, you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next month.
Thank you, guys.
Again. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Matteo dropped out.
Matteo actually just went.
Just dropped out.
Maybe he didn't know that we stay on afterwards. Oh.
It
is actually ended.